We've got Mr. Rotimi Fasakin, who is a member of the APC. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Good morning.
Well, the thing about this...
Thanks for having me.
Is, well, yes, you were former spokesperson of CPC, which was one of the parties, that metamorphosed into APC, or forming the APC. So you can't really dismiss this coalition with a wave of hand, having seen what coming together can do. Can you dismiss this?
Good morning, viewers. Well, let me just tell you a bit more. Aside being the National Publicity Secretary for APC and for CPC at that time, I was also a member of CPC's merger committee. The 21 members that went into the merger talks with the 3 other political parties, and then the splinter group from, I think, APGA, which Governor Richard Okorocha led, and one other party, DP something, and for many months we met and formed that alliance. And again, the first APC convention, I was a member of the convention planning committee. So does that mean chairman of the media and publicity committee? So let me say clearly about this one.
Can you dismiss this?
This one is not coterminous with what we had in 2014. I mean 2013, and totally different. In 2013, 3 major opposition parties, not this large armada of parties. I mean, this is symptomatic of desperation. What you are seeing now is totally...
That was the same thing they said about your party when you were merging at the time. They said it was not going to work.
Look, see, we tried to merge. I mean, we tried to have a kind of coalition on the eve of the 2011 election. That didn't work. After the election, immediately after the election, all the various parties knew clearly that it was not just coalition that would work. It's really a merger. So we...
That's what you think?
Of course.
At the time or now?
Of course, we knew that. We knew that then, that it was a merger that would work. And we, went about it with unrelenting, fervor, and achieved it. It was after we, APC, had become a party, registered party by INEC, that NPDP joined it. So, but what you are seeing now, you are seeing some people calling themselves, reformed or whatever, how they saying that they are now breaking away and going to join, with some other party to form a group or something like that. I see in that congregation, I see an assemblage of folks that are incapable of winning election. I mean, because the chairman of that RAPC, in all the places that he has residence, either office or in his hometown or something like that, he put a polling booth in front of that place, of his house. He can't win election there. So when you now see people like that coming together, there are some that are real political warlords, that is it. But clearly, what we had yesterday is not coterminous with what we had in 2013.
You had something in 2013. And you said that PDP came to join. But now you still have the APC, you have NPDP, you have RAPC. So you have 3 groups that are supposedly under one house. and you say what you're seeing here, which is a coalition completely different from a merger, you say it's not coterminous.
Thank you. You want me to answer to that?
Yes.
Let me answer to that. We are practicing presidential democracy. We've had in this country parliamentary system. Let's forget about that. We are practicing presidential. So you need to look at our political evolution from 1979, and try to look at the history of coalition and all those things, and how parties have fared. I mean, you remember GMPP, UPN, NPP, and maybe PRP at that time, trying to face MPN, at the twilight of an election, and then it didn't really work. And on like that. And it had been ANPP, APP, and AD at a stage facing PDP at another time. Didn't really work either.
So this is not something that should worry the APC.
The truth of the matter is that we'll continue with our strenuous efforts at delivering good governance to Nigerians. See, Nigerians, it brings about some forms of odiousness. Nigerians being told that they will go back to PDP. Think about it. You look at Dasuki. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Hold on.
Wait, listen to me. You listen to me first.
Does this look like going back to PDP?
Of course. Look, let me tell you, PDP is the dominant force here. See, you can't forget Dasuki Gate in a hurry. Nigeria would have been sold on auction if PDP had come back in 2015. Nigeria would have been a nation on auction. Look at what happened. What the enormity of mess.
Is Nigeria not being sold now?
Nigeria being sold? How do you mean? With the array of, good deeds, infrastructure going on, this government inherited not even abandoned projects that they did not take off at all. That all we had was oaks by that previous government.
Will you be surprised, since you say that the CUPP is an act of desperation? What if, at the end of the day, they unseat your government? What happens then?
You are surmising. You are trying to pontificate. Do you understand me? And now we want to understand to situate the situation correctly. How you can how you can pontificate, when there are the ambient conditions do not actually support your pontification.
Because this is what it says. Ekweremadu clearly says, the Deputy Senate President, that this alliance will sack the APC and rescue Nigeria.
You are talking about people that have corruption cases to deal with and coming with a kind of serious desperation.
Has a corruption case?
Come on, see, let me tell you, you're talking about, I saw many of them there. People that have issues. It's not about Nigeria. It's about self.
CUPP is about self.
Come on. Absolutely. Look at the dominant party. Look at the dominant force there. Totally different from what we had in 2013. Let me tell you, hear me clearly now. In Nigeria of today, the only politician, hear me again, in today's Nigeria, the only politician that when people gather in his house, when people mill around in thousands coming to his house, that he doesn't need to dip his hand into his pocket to give them money to continue to buy relevance is Muhammadu Buhari. The only time we had that in this nation was in the Second Republic. Quote me. I mean, these are political realities. This is a reality of the time. The only politician now. You can try to controvert that
in the whole of Nigeria.
In the whole of Nigeria, Nigeria as we have it as of today, The only politician that, if he goes to his house in Daura and you see thousands milling around him, and that he doesn't need to dip his hand into his pocket to give them money to continue to buy political relevance. The only individual, that only individual, them another person.
So does that mean that all of the issues that Nigerians had raised concerning your party, for instance, the cases, how they're waiting to see if the former SGF, what will happen to him, the former DGNIA, all of those cases, that they don't matter that they popped up in your party?
Let me tell you, you are talking about things that are subject to various interpretations.